guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well and that you enjoyed your holiday season with your family. I hope your mom cooked good food and that you guys just enjoyed spending it with your loved ones and taking a time out away from work and your schedules and having to be places and just cozied up inside. If you guys enjoyed some snow, oh my goodness, it was so great. I am in Ontario, which I love to remind you guys of, in Canada, and we had some snow right on Christmas Eve, right into Christmas, guys. It was so amazing and beautiful and very cozy. I don't know what you guys did over the holidays, but or what, your favorite types of things to do is, but for me it really is just being in my pajamas all day, having Christmas treats, watching Hallmark movies, watching Christmas movies with my son, and yeah, just being in that feels of being at home and being all warm and cozy inside. We did play out in the snow for a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, we just kind of hung out and did all our favorite Christmas things. We sung a lot of Christmas songs. My son's favorites were Rocking Around the Christmas Tree and Sleigh Ride By the Ronettes. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys did, because I honestly would love to read them. So I definitely picked up on a lot of the energy from the collective in terms of just missing each other. Like, even I was in my feels. There were a lot of beautiful song synchronicities, which I will share with you guys in the description box, as well as using some cards up above in your right hand corner at the top of the screen. And I just, I don't know, wanted to maybe share it and see if it resonates with some of you guys in terms of the messages that I was getting from the masculines, because, I do very much feel that the masculines are having to sit with this feeling of being in separation. And the major message I was getting around that is, I have a feeling a lot of the divine feminines didn't send Merry Christmases. Like, like you would send like your text message or make a phone call or just do something cute, send a picture or something. I have a feeling that a lot of you divine feminines who are tuned in and are resonating with this message, you felt called to just play cool, like just lay low and enjoy your own space, your own time, your own energy, and it felt really, really good. Now, I feel for the masculines, they really do feel this sense of things steamrolling and there's this momentum being created. And I feel like those were one of those moments where it was like really pivotal for the journey. So kudos to you that, really tuned into your intuition and followed your heart. And this message isn't going to resonate for everyone. Even if you did send your counterpart a Merry Christmas, that's so beautiful. And I think that is wonderful. And if it resonates with your part of the journey, I always like to say there are zero mistakes on this path, because everything is meant to heal and transform us at every given moment. So, this message is, mainly just for those of you who were in that energy and feeling that intuitive nudge to just be in your Empress energy and, continue that routine of that self-care and self-preservation. So I just thought I would dip into the cards to give us some messages about what our divine masculines are going through, so that many of us can, send out these positive affirmations and messages to them. I listened to a beautiful meditation from a Twin Flame channel. She only had 4 videos. Her voice was so absolutely angelic. I will find it and again put it in the description box for you guys to listen to, but it was just continuous affirmations of wonderful phrases that are really beneficial to really repeat on this journey. And I feel like it might sound like really crazy, and it might sound odd at times to think of using affirmations or saying things repetitively, but it's not so odd when we think that, commercials, for example, have the power to condition us to go and get a McDonald's burger, or if you see something on TV, the urge to just want to buy it. So when you continuously repeat certain phrases in your mind or try to train your thinking to attract the things that you really want to desire and hold in your hands or have in your life, affirmations is a great way to do it, because you are speaking it into existence. Therefore, the energy of that sound coming from your voice is bound to travel within the vibration of the universe and attract it to you. You know, it really does come from a place of believing that you can have something and then speaking it into existence. So, yeah, I just thought that the cards would reflect messages to let you guys know what types of affirmations to maybe focus on tonight before you guys go to bed. And I think that they will anxiously be waiting to, you know, pick up on it through telepathy, because that's a lot of what they're experiencing right now, guys. Many of you are having certain experiences with your masculine where they're learning to communicate with you guys through synchronicity. So, you know, putting up certain photos as their profile pictures, or certain messages, or, you know, they might send you something specific that has to do with like a symbol of how they're feeling without having to say it. Many of them are doing this right now because they're learning the language of the universe, the language of the twin flame journey, which is, you know, this unconditional love and connection that exists, you know, and there's no bounds on it with like time and space and contracts and limitations. It's just love is the whole entire, you know, goal of the connection and the attraction and magnetism between them. You know, being in the Empress energy doesn't mean that you do not love them or you do not feel for them. It just means that you believe that you are worthy enough for things to come to you without you having to be in that chaser energy and forcing things to happen. So it doesn't mean that she doesn't love the divine masculine like crazy. You know, it just means like she stands well within her power and her ability to love him, and it really just gives him the energy that he needs and the vitality to live life in his most authentic form. But, you know, again, with the heavy energies that he's feeling, it's like I feel the divine feminine saying to him, like even an affirmation that you guys could say, like, it is okay to face your shadows, you know. Or I have, you know, a dear friend of mine that likes to say, dance with your shadow. You know, it is okay to dance with your shadow, divine masculine. It is okay to miss the divine feminine. It is okay to feel like this is never going to manifest. It is okay to feel like you don't know why this happened. You really have to face those aspects of yourself and look at how you think in order to address it and fix it. And sometimes we need the opportunity to sit still with ourselves and accept who it is we are, all of our thoughts, all of our dark sides. And, you know, as Wickedly Divine Feminine says, a lot of these experiences are happening to us to provide contrast in our lives, you know, to provide a lot of the mirror effect or the opposite of what it is we want in order to let us know what we want. Sometimes you have to experience what it is you don't like in order to be like, okay, I know what I definitely want now, and I definitely know what I don't want. All right, so I'm going to just pick up on, you know, where he's at right now in the separation, even if it is in his darkness. Like, we love you and accept you, masculine, for all that you are. I'm going to be gentle just because this one's like passed out over here. He's so cute, Mama. You're just so cute. Look at you, like a big log. Like a big Christmas log. Look at you. Look at you. I'm gonna cut this chocolate log in half. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this chocolate log in half. Okay, there we go. So forgetting oneself. And I think that the forgetting oneself card comes up because of a lot of what they've given. And I feel like 2020 has been a big reflection of that. Like, now that they're ready to wrap up cycles and, you know, sitting in this energy of being separate from the feminine, you know, I hate to say, like, you know, that feeling of like regret, just because I feel like whatever happens, it's like you got to roll with the punches because you can't take it back. You can't unspill the milk. You know what I mean? Sweep it back into the jug. It's already happened, and I think that the masculines feel like they forgot who they were in front of the feminine, and they don't know why that when they did have interactions with her, it was like she saw the worst of them, It's like he was like, wait a second, like I really thought that she couldn't see through this mask. It's like she could see you fully naked. He even tried to put on like a tiny piece of it over his eyes still. But it's like you see him for who he is. It's time to take that eyepiece off, masculine, and show yourself fully, And I feel like forgetting yourself has a lot to do with like the pressures of having to be someone that you're not, and a lot of the karmic situations too that you might have found yourselves in, like it did seem very superficial in a lot of ways, and I feel like many of the masculines did feel that uncomfortability with going along with a lot of what has happened in their situations. Like now that they're in this energy of experiencing and letting themselves experience true love, okay, and this is also a part of forgetting themselves and forgetting their ego selves, and there's that 17, all right, forgetting like their ego self and actually experiencing love, having yourself feel relaxed enough to remember the good times with the feminine, because that's been painful for them, guys. Like many of them, you guys couldn't pick up on their energy, or they might have like, not contacted you, or you didn't contact them on like Christmas or over the holidays or whatever. It was because of like this whole like the divine feminine was there, like, what, like, so what if it's Christmas? Like I felt like there was a lot of this like illusionary like moon energy around it, which was like, so what? Like, am I conditioned just to do it because I feel like it's a special occasion, and he's required to do it just because he feels like it's a special occasion? It was more about the intention behind it. It's like, I want you to message me even if it's not Christmas kind of thing. So breaking old patterns and kind of like, putting the side of you away. Catching yourself again too, divine masculines, because I feel like forgetting yourself also meant that you were in many situations with karmic partners where you really wanted to please, people on the outside, and now that you are awakening to this experience of the twin flame journey, it's like you feel in your mind, it's like, wow, that was such a waste. Like, I can't believe I wasted so much resources trying to put on a show, a performance. And the thing I get to, divine feminines, is that many of the masculines who were really refusing to kind of go within, they kept attracting partners with like that damsel in distress type of energy, where they had to like work twice as hard to take care of the person. So it's like they had to take care of themselves and then take care of the person as well. And then that energy was slowly over time starting to be like a bit of a turn off. Like, you know what I mean? They kind of started mingling with the divine feminine and saw that, she was more of like a nurturer, like the mother archetype versus the maiden archetype. Do you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not like overstepping boundaries here. But yeah, it's like the divine feminine is more of like the mothering energy. So it's like taking care of a household type of thing, where it's like he was attracting karmics where it's like they were relying on him to provide the household and even like take care of them as well. Maybe the way their mom and dad used to take care of them kind of thing. And over time, like they really thought that that was the way it was supposed to be, like you attract this type of partner, you go out and work and you do everything, and then you come home and, you got to take care of the house. But it's like for them, it was like an added stress, because then the preconceived notion of her not following through and then like, keeping the house clean and doing the laundry and taking care of the kids and all that stuff, it's like you still having to come home and do all those things also. So it's like these kind of realizations have been happening, and so many of them are starting to see like just how much of themselves that they've given up, and they've not had things reciprocated back. And I feel like that's why a lot of you have picked up on that energy as well, was like, many of us have experiences where it's like we might get into like conflict with our counterpart, and instead of like, blaming them, you might get into this energy of like just seeing the bigger picture and realizing that they might have had, a very unique upbringing where they didn't really see a lot of kindness or love or empathy or compassion modeled. And so instead of being very defiant yourself, you end up showing them those exact things, which is empathy, compassion, love. And so they're just sitting with all of this right now. And, for me, like, yeah, it does seem, very heavy, but they're appreciating this connection now for what it is. And I feel like many of them, when they do come forward, right now they're in this space of trying to find that courage to forgive themselves, first of all. And then once you can forgive yourself, you can move into the process of loving yourself. And when you can start loving yourself, you have love to give to other people. And the first person he wants to give it to is the Divine Feminine. So, I feel like, yeah, that's just kind of what he's going through in terms of like how he's feeling with the whole separation thing right now. It's like reflecting back on his life so far and almost like what it could have been with the feminine. So now I'm going to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and I'm going to see, regardless of the heavy energy, because, many of you go through waves where it's like you feel good, like a burst of energy about the twin flame journey, and then all of a sudden it goes into this like feeling of, oh my God, like a dark moment or a tower moment or dark night of the soul, and then you rise again, and then you go back into this high vibrational feeling of like the magic. And so I just wanted that to represent, again, the magic, that chemistry, that bond between you two that never, at the end of the day, goes away, and that many of you can always feel is there, dormant in your soul, and all it takes is a sign or a synchronicity or a dream to just, tap on it or awaken it. So let's see what this deck has to say. Oh, I was like so tripped out. I was like, what the hell, turning it, but it's 2 cards. So we'll keep it. What are you huffing and puffing about over here? Huh? Purring away. What are you huffing and puffing over about, you silly girl? She's like, prr, prr, prr. All right. Ooh, so we have the Justice card. Okay, and I feel like the Justice card is coming up here because, somebody's getting a taste of their own medicine. And I feel like the reason it looks like he's pouring it into the Divine Feminine's mouth is because, it is that very mirror energy of, she's very much representing here that sarcasm of now you're getting a taste of your own medicine. But, again, yeah, with that Justice card coming up, I feel like it's the universal's way of letting the masculines know this type of energy has to play out. You know what I mean? It's like you can't experience the good with the bad. You can't experience just the good. You have to experience the bad. So it kind of goes hand in hand. And that, again, that really just speak volumes about just dancing with their shadow energy, about forgetting themselves and realizing that a lot of the experiences that they have and the regrets that they've had, it's just that justice coming into play, that balancing of the scales to let you know when we experience something bad, it gives us the opportunity to now attract what it is we absolutely desire. And so it's a huge message for him to really start getting into the energy of seeing himself in this light and realizing, a lot of the pain and hurt that he may have caused the Divine Feminine by, not necessarily like, forcing her to drink this poison, but by dipping in and out of her life, she's like, you know what, like I've been burned by this so many times, I need to do something different, I need to do something drastic. And for her, that was just the scales balancing here, which is many of you not sending that Merry Christmas message, that Happy Holidays message. You just took time to enjoy yourself and sit back and watch things unfold. And that's when a lot of that heavy energy started to hit you as that reminder. But many of you, you didn't give into that energy of let me rescue you type of thing. It was more just, okay, let me go ground myself. Let me take a good bath. Let me watch a nice movie. Let me pet my cats. Let me walk my dog. Let me go ice skating. Let me go for a run by the beach. you know, let me go down to the city and have one of my favorite meals in town. Like, you know, whatever the case is, like, that's what you guys chose to do instead, rather than get yourselves caught up in another cycle of the pain and the hurt and the few messages exchanged and then waiting around for the next few days for communication. It's like you guys are like, no, I'm not letting that interfere with my holiday. And so, yeah, now he's just kind of sitting here really, I guess, looking at himself and really seeing himself as doing this rather than being like a knight or being in his king energy or being in that emperor energy. It's like I feel him actually thinking about himself and looking at himself as this very, like, taking advantage of and you know, just putting a lot of crap on your table. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, and I think Wickedly Divine Feminine explained this in her video as well, that when you're in a twin flame relationship, like, you'll not find like that abusive factor. It is more just like ego-based conflict, you know. It's like, you know, even for me personally too, like, I've never experienced any type of abuse whatsoever on my journey. It is more just like a triggering of the ego effect that'll end up taking place. And like for him, it's that bad. Like even like the pouring it down her throat and her like, you know, not wanting to drink it. And like all of this is a reflection of his in and out behavior, not following through, not appearing, you know, mature enough or taking you seriously, or not having respect for the fact that some of you, you know, had families at the time, or, you know, still have families, or have spouses at the time, or still have spouses, or, you know, you needed to be focused and be a good mom and function and do your thing at work and accept. It was like hard for you to do those things at certain times, and now the masculine is here saying like, wow, sorry guys, I'm just trying to pick Mega's fur off my face because I can feel it tickling me. But yeah, now the masculine is in this state of feeling that, you know, sense of regret, that sense of not being, you know, again, mature enough, being very immature and maybe taking advantage of you and feeling ashamed of that. Knowing that you were so vulnerable, you know, look at her exposed there, but not all the way, you know. It's like the way she was just sort of exposed, but yet in such a graceful way, and he still went ahead and like overstepped many of her boundaries. And many of the masculines too, I feel like a lot of this heavy energy is coming from like, you know, did I mess this up for good kind of thing, you know. And I think it's okay for them to be in this energy, divine feminines, because a lot of them do have a lot of reflecting to do. And like I've mentioned in past readings and videos, we can't necessarily, you know, continue to feel like their work is our work, because it's not. Like, their work is their work, and a part of this journey is like trusting that they are capable of seeing things for what they are. If you're capable of seeing things for what they are, you have to trust that they'll be in that process as well. Again, with that mirror effect, whatever you're thinking, they're thinking as well. Whatever state of mind you're in, they're in as well. So that's why it's always good to just look at your vibration, look at your own energy, spend time alone, spend time with yourself, and really focus on what it is you want and desire. And when you focus on what it is you want and desire, you're not going to be worried about when is physical union going to happen, when is this going to happen, how, you know, it's going to just manifest itself and happen in ways where it's going to ask you to deal with it. It's going to unfold, and you're just going to take it step by step, put one foot in front of the other, and just constantly deal with life as it comes. You're going to let go of a lot of that worry about the journey and where it's going and how long it's taking, because it's just going to start manifesting in front of your eyes. You guys are already in union. You know, that's why I never post videos about union and union in 5D, union in 3D, all of that stuff. It's like the moment you laid eyes on each other and you felt that, I don't know what it is about this person, you guys are in union, you met. So now it's just, you know, enjoying the rest of your lives together, figuring out this connection and what it means, and having it come from a very empowered place of loving yourself enough to share that love with another person. Okay? I'm going to end off this reading by getting a message from our guide about this, type of unconditional love and really manifesting our desires. So don't relinquish your power, I feel, comes up because it is the universe's way of asking us again to remember with that message. Don't forget your abilities to manifest your desires. A lot of you, even after this Christmas holiday, whatever your situation is with your counterpart, take a time out and do something for yourself. Try not to think about your twin flame journey as, being something that is here to hurt you or harm you or destroy you in any way, because that all goes back to, self-worth and self-love. You can't consciously believe that something is out to hurt you and then love yourself at the same time. You have to love yourself and know that good things are in your life for a reason, and it will show itself in time and when it is ready. But in the meantime, don't relinquish your power. Don't give away your time and your energy and your day to things that aren't going to get you anywhere. That they're not satisfying and fulfilling. Spend your time and energy on manifesting your desired goals and getting your hands dirty with projects that you meant to years ago. But again, maybe you put it away in the closet and you never look back at it. Pull those things out and let the new year meet you where you want to be in your mind. Because abundance is your birthright. And I feel like many of us are trying to attract this as a way of distracting ourselves from the longing and the pain of the twin flame journey. But I feel like a lot of your power as well is sitting with that energy of loving and longing for someone and yearning for them. Acceptance of what you feel, first of all, for them is key. Because then once you accept it, then you unlock certain parts of you. Are you okay, my love? Then you unlock certain parts of you that you allow yourself then to say, okay, you know what? If I love them and if I accept them, then it must mean that something good is happening here. And once you get there, you can then learn to train your mind and your thoughts to, take care of yourself, take care of your thoughts. All right, guys? So, okay, so I feel like don't relinquish your power here comes up as the universe's way of nudging that message into your subconscious a little bit deeper because, we all have the ability to manifest our desires, guys. It depends on our thinking and where our thinking is at. Even when painful things happen to us, you have to face it, but at the end of the day, we can't sit there with it forever. So don't relinquish the power you have to create your twin flame journey as well. Because that's an area of life, right? We have the cups for love and emotions, and we have the wands for our passion, our work, our life purpose. The air about our mental state, and of course the pentacles about our finances. So I feel like when it comes to your twin flame journey, that is often love being put on your lap for a reason, and in that area you have to manifest as well, just like you would for all of the other areas. What is it do you want when it comes to love? And if it is with your twin flame and your person, no matter what the circumstances are right now, allow yourself to go to that place of wanting something. No one's allowed in your mind, guys. No one's allowed in your mind when you think and when you fantasize. Don't let go of that power. Don't let the world look at you and say, no, you can't have it because of this, this, and this. No one's allowed in your headspace. Don't relinquish that power to anybody. Think and believe in the magic of why this person came into your life. Because the universe is trying to say that abundance is your birthright. It is your right. And I feel like this abundance comes from love. And I feel like many of the masculines as well are accepting the fact that, they have found love within the divine feminine. No matter how crazy it looks from the outside, it is what they feel and they can't deny it. And it's either they can spend the rest of their lives pretending that it doesn't exist or go after it. All right? I hope this reading resonates with you guys. It was so nice catching up with you. I love you all so much, and I will definitely get back to posting more frequently. It's been so nice enjoying a break, but yeah, if you guys want to hit me up or get in touch for a personal reading, I'm still offering the 20% off on Wizio. So that's wizio.com. You guys just go and find me there. It's Intuitive717, and you can book any of the services. And yeah, it's 20% off, guys, valid until January 29th of next year. So it would be great to connect with you. To those who I have done personal readings with, I just want to thank you guys so much for your reviews on Wizio, because I know I don't really get the opportunity there to respond to the reviews, but I do read them, and I want you guys to know that I really, really very much appreciate it, and I appreciate all the love you guys show me on there. So thank you so much, deeply from the bottom of my heart. The team on Wizio, guys, they're amazing, and so shout out to them as well, and to all of the staff there. May they have a beautiful and happy holiday and new year as well. Until the next video, guys, me and Mega here, we send you guys good vibes, alright? My Mega crew, I love you guys. Take care. Bye.